Monday, the second day in the month of January 2026. A beautiful afternoon to you. Glad to be back on Newsline and Melody 100.7 FM here in our United Kingdom studios. I am Elizabeth Awoku. Let's dive into the headlines. 30 billion naira FG fund remains unused, Makinde tells Fayose. Ayedatiwa orders statewide security patrol. 95 communities demand government intervention in Taraba. And on the foreign scene, Swiss investigators rush to identify victims of New Year's fire. And on sport news today, Eagles won't get carried away, says Osimhen. Here is the news in detail, starting with national stories. The Ondo State Governor, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, has ordered intensified security patrols across communities and forest areas of the state. The directive was issued on Thursday during a meeting with security chiefs in Akure, the state capital. The meeting was held in response to a violent attack carried out by gunmen on Ipele, our community in our local government area, on Wednesday night, New Year's Eve. The attack, which occurred at about 10 p.m., reportedly saw gunmen invade the agrarian community and set a police station ablaze, forcing officers and residents to flee as the attackers fired sporadically, causing panic in the town. At dawn in Chachanji Ward, an agrarian community of Takum local government area, Taraba State, the air no longer carries the promise of harvest. It carries grief. Residents say the sound of bird has been replaced by gunshots, hurried footsteps, and desperate prayers as families flee their homes in fear. Farmlands that once sustained generations of thief farmers now lie abandoned, marked by shallow graves and burnt homesteads. For the thief communities of Chachanji, herdsmen attacks have become a daily reality. Survivors, community leaders, and clerics allege that sustained attacks across the world have followed a grim pattern. Armed men strike villages and farmlands, kill residents, destroy homes, and force mass displacement. What began 2 months ago as sporadic clashes, as they say, snowballed into a campaign many fear amount to ethnic cleansing and religious persecution. In another story, the Oyo State government has explained why Governor Seyi Makinde did not publicly announce the receipt of a 30 billion naira intervention fund from the federal government following the January 2024 Bodija explosion, stating that special intervention funds is subject to the budgeting process and do not require public announcement upon receipt. The explanation was contained in a statement issued on Thursday by the Commissioner for Information, Prince Dotun Oyelade. The state government also disclosed that the 30 billion naira released by the federal government in November 2024 remains untouched in a dedicated bank account, as it is still awaiting the release of the outstanding 20 billion naira balance from the 50 billion naira approved for the reconstruction of Old Bodija and its environs. Thank you for staying tuned. Newsline returns shortly. Stay with us.
Melody 100.7 FM.
Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. Do not be like a potential bachelor who is busy cutting an eye for a beautiful lady in a very dark room. Give your business the much needed publicity it deserves. Come do business with us by advertising your goods and services on Melody 100.7 FM Ibadan, and let's use our platform to uplift your own. Advertise with us by contacting our marketing department at number 2 NB Mapadero Street, Bodewasimi, Basharu, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. Telephone 0915 500 107. That is 0915 500 100. You can also follow us on all our social media platforms at Melody 107 FM. At Melody FM Ibadan, we help make your business to blow. Yaga yaga. Melody FM, your real home of entertainment. Stay tuned. This Melody
100.7 FM.
Welcome back. Still listening to Newsline on Melody 100.7 FM. Many thanks for staying with us. The news continues and straight to the business story. Nigeria's banking sector recorded a rise in bad loans in 2025 after the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) withdrew the regulatory forbearance granted to lenders during the COVID-19 pandemic, according to the Apex Bank latest macroeconomic outlook report. The report showed that the banking industry's non-performing loans ratio climbed at an estimated 7%, exceeding the prudential benchmark of 5%. The CBN said the increase reflected the impact of ending the temporary release earlier granted to banks to cushion the effect of the pandemic on borrowers. Regulatory forbearance had allowed banks to restructure loans affected by the pandemic without immediately classifying them as non-performing. With the withdrawal of the measure, a number of previously restructured facilities have now crystallized as bad loans, pushing the industry ratio above the regulatory ceiling. And on the foreign scene, investigators raced on Friday to identify the victims of a fire that ripped through a bar in the Swiss Alps town of Carc, Montana, turning a New Year celebration into one of the country's worst tragedies. It is not yet clear what set off the blaze at Low Constellation, killing around 40 people and injuring about 115 others, many seriously. Bystanders described scenes of panic and chaos as people tried to break the windows to escape and others covered in burns poured into the street. Swiss police warned it could take days or even weeks to identify everyone who perished, an agonizing wait for family and friends. And on entertainment news, Beyoncé has officially joined the billionaire ranks after the huge success of her latest music and touring ventures, according to Forbes. The Grammy-winning artist reached a milestone on Monday, becoming one of only a handful of musicians to do so. At 44, Beyoncé is now the fifth musician billionaire alongside Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Rihanna. Forbes credited a rise likely to a blockbuster 2025 fueled by her Cowboy Carter album, its accompanying world tour, and her expanding business portfolio. Her wealth build-up followed years of consistent earnings, including the 2023 Renaissance World Tour, which brought in close to $600 million. The Cowboy Carter Tour in 2025 added more than $400 million in ticket sales, plus an estimated $50 million from merchandise. The magazine also reported that Beyoncé earned about $148 million before taxes in 2025, making her the third highest paid musician globally that year. Finally, in sport news today, Super Eagles and Galatasaray striker Victor Osimhen has warned his teammate against complacency despite the perfect group stage record at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The three-time African champions have now been drawn against Mozambique in the round of 16, and his confidence in his teammate is sky high. The 27-year-old has played in all of Nigeria's 3 games in Morocco, captaining Eric Shellsman to a 1 win against Uganda. The round of 16 is going to be even tougher than the group stages, so the boys are ready to give everything. He said the team is ready to face any opponent. Before we end Newsline, here is a recap of the major points. 30 billion naira FG fund remains unused, marking details, Fayoshi. Ayedatiwa orders statewide security patrol. 95 communities demand government intervention in Taraba. And on the foreign scene, we told you Swiss investigators rushed to identify victims of New Year's fire. And lastly, on sports news today, we also told you Eagles won't get carried away, says Osimhen. And we've come to the end of Newsline and Melody 100.7 FM. Kindly join us on our social media platforms for more news stories and excellent programming. Newsline was compiled and produced by Kudirat Hakim Apampa and Bobola Egunfemi. Edited by Eyitayo Olushola. I am Elizabeth Awoku. Do stay tuned for the Yoruba version of the news shortly. Good afternoon, many thanks for listening, and happy 2026.
Melody 100.7 FM. Ìkànnì tó kọjá rẹ́kẹrẹ́kẹ́ Melody FM Ìbàdàn. Melody